Welcome back to the Stevie D Show. I'm so pumped for this guest. I've tried to have him on for a while. He's a rock star in the artist world. Is that what you call it? What do you call it? Like
rock star of the art world? Yes.
Rock star of the art world. I try to have people that are rock stars in their field that have come up and overcome adversities and start from humble beginnings. I was on food stamps. Now look, I'm living the dream, baby, in this double wide right here. But we're coming here. Jordan, what was that back there?
It was a laugh.
It was a laugh? It was a laugh? It sounded like, yeah, okay. They had asthma there for a second. But yeah, we're good. We had a couple of earthquakes here this week. Did you guys feel them back there?
Oh, yeah.
Pepper J?
Oh, yeah.
Double Y was rocking?
Yeah, oh boy.
yeah.
It's funny, I got up like at 5:20 the other morning when we had that one big one.
Yeah.
It was like 4.6. And I've given my son his sippy cup of milk. And it starts happening. I almost did a shart. Can I say shart? Can I say, is that?
Tell them who you're talking to, honey.
I'm not telling him yet. I'm saving this guy right here.
Okay.
But my son, my 5-year-old, looks at me like, Dad, you going to be okay? You need a sip of my milk? You need a hug? What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I need a hug, son. But I have a theory why we're having so many earthquakes. I think the Kardashians are twerking all at once. Do it, Pepper. Pepper's twerking. Look at Pepper twerking.
Oh yeah, we like that.
Either that or they're all chasing after Bruce Jenner, who stole their lipstick at the same time. I don't know if that is that a possibility.
Well, he stole somebody's face.
He stole some-
He had it reattached.
What is going on with her? Removing the apple, Adam's apple? By the way, is removing the Adam's apple a euphemism for removing your penis? I don't know. Can I say euphemism?
Yes, you may.
I don't know what that means. I'm a
Can
hillbilly.
you spell
but
it?
I can't spell it, but I can say it. And now, John Michael. No, I'm just kidding. So this guy right here is a famous artist in the rock star world. He's internationally known, even in Japan. We're going to talk about that, how his different fan bases are. And we have a little history about Rodeo Drive Gallery that he was in. And we're going to get to him right now. I'm very honored and pleased. He's losing about 200 grand just for being here this 30
That's
minutes.
right.
Give it up for David Lloyd Glover. Look at this handsome
Stevie.
guy.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Robert Wagner from Heart to Heart, right there. Look
Yeah,
at this guy.
where's Stephanie Powers? What was the
Well, that's
character's
Pepper.
name?
She's our Stephanie Powers.
Yeah, just like
She's our
Stephanie
producer.
Powers.
Yeah.
No, I've always wanted to be in a double wide trailer.
Did you?
Oh yeah, I wanted to live there. But how did you get it so far up the hill?
This is pimpin'.
so close to the Hollywood sign.
We don't have permits or anything like
Yeah,
that. We'll
I'm
see
gonna
what
say.
happens. But
The neighbors must be really
you know what this
upset.
double wide's missing?
What?
Is a David Lloyd Glover original. Like right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can put it right there where the. Well, I have an Elvis painting here somewhere, but we don't have a David Lloyd Glover.
You have an Elvis
Yeah.
painting?
Can I get
by
one on
Elvis?
loan or something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, I guess we have to fix you up.
Yeah, you loaned me a few years ago.
I did for
Yeah.
one of your shows,
Yeah,
the
that's
Rock
right.
Stars of Comedy.
I did
remember
Rock
that.
Stars of Comedy, my big DVD, and I was like micromanaging. And I was like,
Yeah, you were
a control
micromanaging, all
fit.
right. Oh boy, yeah.
I was like a control freak.
But
and I said,
you did your
backstage.
routine?
Yeah,
you did
yeah.
your routine? I saw it.
Backstage, when we showed the comics hanging out, I wanted some David Lloyd Glovers back there.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can't afford these. And I was like, can you loan me a few? So I had my wife, her friends. I took like 4, and we schlepped them in and
Oh yeah,
put them up there.
in the trunk of your car.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to take the Trans Am if you lose one of those.
Oh man, yeah, that's right.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey,
Give it here.
it was my pleasure.
And why are you representing this guy?
Andy Warhol.
Andy
my man.
Warhol.
Oh my goodness, yes. And Andy Warhol's been good to me.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Do you have any of your own T-shirts? Because you merchandised everything.
You know, I don't, and I should.
You should.
Yeah.
You were telling me the other day like a million things you've had merchandised.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm on.
Licensed for. You
Licensed
said like
for-
carpet, shower curtains.
Right.
Right.
Sun umbrellas.
You look like hell there, by the way, David. I'm sorry to say that. But, you had a rough night with Tommy Lee in Vegas or something.
Bad hair day. You know, it was a bad hair day. Love Andy. He's great.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant. My nephew that we're going to show later, because I've only bought one piece from you. I
Yes,
say
you did?
piece. They think it's an original. Shh, don't tell my relatives back in Kentucky.
It's an original David Lloyd Glover on
That's
canvas.
right. At
Yes,
one
it
time,
is.
it was an original.
Yeah, Jimi
Yeah.
Hendrix,
That was
the
a
ultimate Jimi
We'll
Hendrix.
show that. Don't show it yet, Matt. I'm going to save that.
Yeah, we'll have to save that.
But my nephew that I bought that for is a musician, and he came out to visit me from Kentucky, and I took him to a Warhol exhibit down at Mocha.
Oh,
Did you go to that?
I did.
Yeah.
He's the man.
You know what confused me is the piss on brass. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Can I say that?
I don't even
That's a
know
real
what you're talking
Warhol.
about.
That's a real Warhol. He put a piece of brass down
Yeah.
in the factory and had people urinate on it. And I said, can I contribute to it? And I got kicked out of the museum. That just,
I think so.
yeah, I think
It's
so.
probably worth about $10 million.
Yeah, I think I devalued the painting,
Yeah.
the piece.
Well, I was lucky to sell a Warhol last year, a very, very big one.
You had a Warhol?
I didn't have it. I sold it for somebody.
You moved it?
Yeah, I moved it. I made the transaction.
Did you? You
Took
knew
care
of
of
someone
me.
that had. Now, what was the story with the Campbell soup? Wasn't there like a series and then
Yeah, he
someone
did
broke them
series.
up at one time?
Yeah. Well, he started with a single painting, which
Okay.
he did, of Campbell Soup, 1962.
Okay.
And then he did a whole series of them, and then there was like 50 Campbell Soup cans on a single one. He did rolls of canvas with big canvas soup cans on it.
Yeah. I
And-
remember learning that at Mocha, like there was one intact series and then
Yeah.
someone bought them and then like broke them up or something.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. And things have been broken up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the value of them. And then there are collectors who try to assemble everything back so that they get they get it back to the original intent.
Intact the way it was.
And then when it becomes intact, then it's
Yeah.
it's
There they
really
are.
high value.
So which one of those is the original?
You moved it too fast. I saw it.
Yeah.
Spotted.
So I want to talk about early David Glover because I know
Early
you. We
David
have a
Glover.
history. My wife and David worked in a gallery together.
Art
Rodeo
Brillant.
Drive. Art
Yep.
Brillant.
Yep.
Yep. And you had pieces.
Famous
I was
Art
like,
Brillant.
I love this guy. You had Hendrix. You had Jimmy Page. You had Mick Jagger. Right?
Yeah, they were the paintings that sold.
Yeah, they moved, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Rodeo Drive, right there next to Bijan.
Well, sure. All the tourists come, and what do they want? They want a piece of American culture to take home.
Yeah.
Back to Taiwan, back
You're
to
the man,
Singapore, wherever they came from.
Celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Should we show some of those now, Matt? Or should we hold it?
I don't know. I'm not the producer.
We're just freestyling. We're just having fun. See the guy right there? That's Matt.
Matt the Man.
Matt?
Eddie Van Halen.
Is that the TriCaster? Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah,
That's
L.A.
crazy,
boy.
dude. That's beautiful.
Oh, there you are.
Keith Richards.
Keith Richards with his
That's wow.
Fender Telecaster.
That's crazy.
That's Jimmy Page, Led Zepp.
Wow. Early Jag.
Very early Jag.
Wow.
Yeah, the Carnaby Street Mick. The Boys. Yeah,
Zepp,
Page and
I will
Plant.
listen in your honor.
The Boss,
There we
Clarence
go.
Clemens, the
Yeah,
late
yeah.
Clarence Clemens. The Dude.
The dude. That's cool.
Abide, Dude. The Dude abides.
All right, let's hold some. Because I wore Zeppelin today.
That's,
Your Honor,
that's
but-
Jamie Foxx's painting.
That's Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
oh, no,
he
that's,
has that one.
He bought that painting,
Yeah,
the
he's got
original?
it. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I bought it out of the Rodeo Drive Gallery.
Did he? Came in there and said, I'll
Yeah.
take that one?
He was just doing the movie at the time.
Yeah.
Remember, he played
Yep.
Brother Ray. So he's the owner, proud owner of that painting.
The original painting.
Yeah.
And do you do copies of that one? Do you do prints of
Yeah, there are
that
copies
particular
of
one?
it. Yes, indeed.
And how does that work? You ever had a person buy the original and say, I don't want any copies?
No.
No?
No.
Because you own the
Yeah, I own the copyright.
You can do whatever you want,
Oh,
original,
sure.
right?
But, people that own the original always get to say, I own the original.
Okay.
But I had an art dealer who represents some of my work go to a Jamie Foxx's, I believe it was a Christmas party,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't know that my painting was at the party.
Yeah.
Until she walked up to it and went, oh my God, that looks like a Glover. And she looks at the bottom and there's a signature.
Now, do you write one of, or
No.
Oh, the original, do you write anything?
No,
Because I'm a hillbilly. I've never had a original piece of
just sign the original.
You
It's
just
a
sign and
painting.
go,
Yeah.
boom, that's it?
Yeah,
So if it's just signed, it's the original.
yeah, that's right.
And then after that, it's one of.
One out
Now, if you
over
do like
10 or
originally,
20,
say if you're going to do 50,
yeah.
all right? So if you're going to do 50, write one of 50. But what if those 50 go like hotcakes, and then they say, okay, we need another 100? Are you allowed to do that?
I can do anything I want, but what I do is I change the size, or maybe the substrate. So rather than just
Did you
being
know
on
that, John
paper,
Michael? I didn't know that. Isn't that cool?
That is.
Because I see like one of 250, one of
Yeah.
whatever. So originally you can say one of 50, but then it goes boom, one of 1,000.
One of 1,000 could be a smaller print.
But you can't do the exact size.
Yeah, I don't do the exact.
Oh, I see,
Yeah,
I see.
I make it different. So
All right.
it's learn that from Warhol.
Dude,
Yeah.
he did that?
Oh, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he?
He was
like,
the pioneer of
What was he
of
the
all of
pioneer
that.
of?
Well, doing multiples.
Doing
It's like-
multiples?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he figured it out right away. I mean, he was a commercial artist.
Yeah.
The
He
guy
started out
was-
as like a shoe designer, right?
Well, he was actually the window dresser at I. Miller's Shoes on
Okay.
Fifth Avenue in New
Yeah.
York. And my wife's aunt was his boss. She used to oversee
Your
Andy.
wife's aunt was his boss.
My wife's aunt was his boss.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a manager at I. Miller Shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
She always talked about Andy. Oh,
Really?
yeah, that was Andy.
This
you know.
wacky Andy?
Yeah, wacky Andy.
Before
but he
the
was
white
great.
wig?
Yeah, before the white wig. Yeah,
The factory, walking around with a telephone to his ear that
Yeah.
wasn't plugged in.
it
I
worked.
saw the Doors movie.
Yeah, it worked.
It's cool. I love on Facebook. You always put in like Laurel Canyon, the country canyon store, and I'm like, I'll put a little something.
Yeah.
You add back. Mojo Rising lived right behind there, and
He sure did.
there you go. There's a Warhol.
Yeah, the
So
Marylands.
there was the understudy of Warhol. I dated a girl that bought some pieces from this guy that
Kaufman?
did Kaufman.
Yeah.
Steve Kaufman.
Yeah, Steve passed.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Yeah, it kind
so
of
did
got into a
Kincaid.
little
We're talking
bad
about-
help. Yeah, Kincaid was your guy.
So that's you.
Yeah.
So you got to fake your death, and your paintings are worth even more, right? And I'll get
I thought I
10%.
did. Yeah.
This could be his last appearance. I predict he's gonna. No, it's
No.
been
The big
Who's that?
earthquake. Steve
Is that
Kaufman.
Okay.
Man, you guys are fast. Yeah, that's.
Boom.
No, he was
Now
great.
we're down the TriCaster. He's jamming
yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
Yeah, he was great.
Well, good, man. Well,
Yeah.
well, the other day I bought, a couple weeks ago, I bought a piece from you. A piece.
Yes.
Do you call it a piece? A print? What do you call it?
The original.
The original, because
Yeah.
you know what? There's not a number on it.
There's no number on it. It's the
But no,
original.
you did it. There's Kincaid. Yeah, there he is. There's Kincaid.
Tom Kincaid. Yeah.
That's it.
How do you like that Magnum PI mustache?
Dude, look at that.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Yeah.
Is that Magnum PI?
Magnum PI.
So, has there anything ever been, has your agent ever called you and said, "Hey, I want to do, coasters"? And you said, "Is there anything you've ever drawn the line like condoms?" Because I'd be up for anything. Tutus, thongs.
I haven't turned
Stevie
anything
show.
down. Yeah, I mean,
haven't turned anything
I mean, some things sound a little strange. Like
Really?
I do have a company that's licensed my work for needlepoint.
For needlepoint?
You know, where people do these little
So
needlepoint.
you have like a pattern, and then they try to.
Well, they make a pattern out
Yeah.
of one of my paintings.
I got you.
And I thought, Jimi Hendrix in needlepoint, they do it.
That's so
Jimmy
cool.
Page in needlepoint.
You have these
they
stoned
sell
old
them.
ladies going,
Yeah, they sell them.
Rad.
It's incredible.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't realize there was a whole needlepoint world out there still.
Still?
Yeah, it's quite something.
Well, that's like a hip thing to do, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that you?
That's
you
my
go, buddy.
website,
There you go.
davidlglover.com. Those are my serious paintings.
Those are serious.
Yeah, my
Serious
impressionist art.
I got you. Well, I love those too, but I mostly love the rock star stuff. The stuff that was in
Yeah.
Art Briand on Rodeo.
Yeah, for selling originals, that's probably my most popular is the Rockstar art.
Oh, I gotta save that. I gotta save that one.
Hey, a
Don't
black
show that
Elvis.
yet. Don't show that yet.
Isn't that
That's
a
the money
velvet
shot.
Elvis?
That's the money shot. We're going to get to that story.
I love the cross.
You have don't. That's a masterpiece. I can't even reveal the location of that because someone will rob that person that has it. It's mine. But anyway,
Good.
we were talking the other day. You started out in Vancouver, right?
Victoria.
Victoria. Okay.
Yeah. And
You start-
also worked out of Vancouver.
you start promoting big music festival, big hippie love-ins.
Oh my goodness, yes. Well, I was a teenager in the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, 1962, I was officially a teenager. And music, was my thing. Mm-hmm. You got girls.
Hey.
Not a bad
if you're into
thing.
music, you got girls. So I
Jokes
had
do
bands.
not. I found out jokes do not.
No, not really, but they sure want to hang around the band.
Yeah.
So started
open
in the
for a
music
big
thing.
band, yeah, that-
Yeah. So I had rock bands in high school, junior high school, and realized very quickly that I would do better, make more money if I was the promoter. When the Beatles came out, I admired Brian Epstein instead of the Beatles. Because,
He's the mastermind.
Yeah, I
He's the
thought,
wizard
wow.
behind the curtain.
Yeah, he pulled this together. He
Yeah.
produced it.
Yeah.
He created their image.
Yeah.
So I started creating bands, like stick managing bands, and putting different players together. Brian Epstein. It's
Epstein
incredible.
right there?
Yeah, he was
So
a
you-
real genius.
Really? So you
Responding
put together
talent.
some big music festivals.
Yep. Summer of Love.
Summer of Love?
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're in the whole love-in, the hippie thing. and-
We did the, in Victoria, British Columbia, if you can imagine, we did the second love-in in the world,
Where was the first?
San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah, and within weeks we had our love-in out.
And you didn't have social media then, so how quickly would things filter up to Canada?
From the time it took Draft Dodger to leave San Francisco
Yeah.
and arrive by
T-train.
train, yeah,
We talked about that.
then they would go, "Hey man, you should
Yeah.
have seen what we just did last
Right-
Sunday."
right on,
and you go,
dude.
"Oh really? Tell me all about it." And
Yeah.
then we would, of course, implement it in Canada, and we
That's
were
so
the first. We were doing. I had a company called Nerve center lights with
Okay.
two other guys, Len Bentham and Derek Walsh.
Is that Lovin'? Is that when you're Lovin'?
That's kind of like
Without the
be
sleeping
like that, an outdoor venue. But we started doing liquid light shows as soon as they were appearing in the Fillmore West.
Is that when you take a cell and you put it over the thing and it kind of melts and trippy?
Yeah,
like the Allman
you put
Brothers?
the colored, dyes into like Mazola corn oil between two sheets of glass, and then you've got
Like a projector?
overhead projector
Yeah.
would project that onto a screen on the back of the stage.
That's so cool.
But we had 28 of them all lined up, and each operator is doing his
With
own.
26 projectors?
Yeah,
Wow.
26 projectors, and we would have like operators just making their own little light show in
Tripping
one
out.
section of the stage.
You'd pass out a little tab, each person.
Didn't have to. Didn't have to. I mean,
Have fun,
they were
kids.
dropping their own tabs.
Yeah. Before they got there.
And then we had some monster strobe lights. It was
Wow.
pretty amazing. And this was all happening in '67.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And you would book these bands. Did you tell me
Yeah.
you booked the Doors?
Booked the Doors, yeah. Now, they wanted to do a light show, but the venue was just too large. It was a big stadium.
They wanted to do their own light show?
No, they wanted us to do the light show.
Okay.
Yeah. But instead of the light show, we just provided the local bands that were the warm-up acts for the Doors. So I booked in the Doors, and that's exactly what they looked like at the time.
At the time? Did
It was
you meet Jim?
1967, met them all.
Did you?
Yeah, and the night of my show, which was April of '67, Light My Fire just went #1 on the Billboard 100.
Wow, and you're like,
the Hot
cha-ching.
100. Yeah,
Good timing.
they were just over the moon. But they only knew the album. So they were the headline act of the show. They did the album 3 times,
They did
start
the album,
to
and they
finish.
go, okay, track number 1 again.
Yeah, it's start to finish. And
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was great. But they were really exciting.
Was Jim looking at the audience at that time? Because he started out with his back towards the audience, right?
He was
At the Whiskey A Go-Go?
He was very engaging. I was actually right at the foot of the stage, right at his boots.
Who did you go through to get them? Did you call the Whiskey or did you call
No,
the
they
Rattler?
called
or-
us.
They
Yeah.
called you guys?
Yeah,
and said, "We'd like to
Electra
be part-"
Records. Yeah.
Was that the first time they'd been out of the country?
Yes.
Really?
First time they performed anywhere outside the U.S.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I was.
And they showed up on time? They went on stage
Oh
on
yeah,
time?
sure. Yeah. Well, they were the beginnings of
Yeah.
the Doors, really.
And Light My
So-
Fire was like the huge, all the audience knew the song. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see the movie? The
I
Doors?
did, yeah.
And how accurate do you
The
think it
Oliver
was?
Stone? They were a lot cooler than what you saw in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the band members, I think, on the movie came off a little dopey.
Do you think Val Kilmer did like a characterization of like a...
He was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Val did a great job
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
I
I actually got nauseous in that movie
yeah.
when they were tripping and everything because,
Oh, yeah.
I drank like thousands of PBRs in my days or, smoked a little ganja, but I've never done like a trip,
Oh,
So when
yeah.
I saw that, I was like, whoa, and Sunset Strip and falling on cars. I mean,
Well-
falling on some cars, but it's walking from the Comedy Store to the Sky Bar. It's a whole different...
Well, he was a little ripped, I have to say, before the show.
Was he?
Yeah, I went back in the green room, and there's Jim Morrison passed out on the couch. And I said to Ray Manzarek,
You might wanna- yeah,
I said, is he going to go on? Is he going to be okay? And Ray said, don't worry about him. He'll be fine.
He's good.
Yeah. When the music lit up, that guy just came to life.
turned it on?
Oh, my goodness.
Because he actually sounded better the more. He
Oh,
sounded like he
yeah.
hadn't slept in a few days, right?
He was
Because
magnificent.
Ray just passed, right? This past year?
Unfortunately, Ray passed.
Yeah.
He left us. Yeah.
So when did your career as an artist start taking off after that?
Well, during that time, at the same time, I was also the illustrator for the Victoria Times, which is a daily newspaper, and I was doing 6 illustrations a week. And but once I turned them in at noon, I had sort of part of the day off and part of the evening to do other things. So one of the things I was doing was music production, and also building cars.
Building cars?
I was building
No wonder I love
cars.
you so much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was also a real car freak.
Really? My life is hot rods and rock and roll, baby.
Never built a hot rod, but we built some what we call sports cars.
Did you?
Yeah. Do you remember when the Cobra came out? It was 1964, I believe, and Carroll Shelby stuffed a Ford V8 into a little AC Bristol
It was a rocket.
roadster.
Yeah.
And we thought, that's a cool
That's
idea.
crazy.
So we took an Austin Healey, me and my buddy Paul. He was a genius with automobiles.
Mm-hmm.
And we took this wrecked Austin Healey, and we shoehorned a 327 Chevy into this chassis.
Greased the fender wells and you got it down there.
It looked pretty much like that, although it was the Austin Healey body. And
Where'd you steal the Austin Healey?
It had been wrecked. In fact, we had witnessed the car wreck. The guy drove it off the road. He lost control. He hit a power pole, stoved in the front end, so we tore that off.
So that oil you had poured on the road worked, and
It worked,
then he
yeah.
crashed. And
Man, we got that thing cheap.
yeah,
And it-
$500.
But it wasn't just a 327 normal. It had a 350 cam in it. It had headers. It had 4 Weber carburetors on it. So we thought, well, if Shell can do it, we can do it. And it was a pretty hairy car. And we thought, well, we had bested him because he had a Ford 260 in his Cobra. And then as soon as we finished ours, he got a 427.
He bumped it up to the 427.
427, so we went, all right, we give.
That's crazy. I was
We
at
can't beat Shell.
the Improv one night, and Leno pulled up with one of his new toys and went, "Hey guys, look what I got!" And he just got a Cobra 427.
Oh, my goodness,
So
it's
we
a
ran
monster.
outside and
Yeah.
can I have the keys? No. You actually, how surreal was it then for you to actually paint the Shelby Cobra and meet Shelby?
Very surreal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know Carroll Shelby lived in Bel Air.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a big mansion up there.
And you painted it, and then how did he get wind of your painting?
On the net.
Really?
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, once you post something on the net, the whole world knows, isn't it?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So there he is. There's the man.
Yeah. And he's sitting behind his own personal.
So did you
Cobra
have to get
260.
licensing from him to paint a Shelby?
You know, you're supposed to, but I didn't, but it never bothered them.
Because like my book is called The Trans Am Diary. I didn't bother to call GM and say, "Can I use?"
Yeah,
the
do I own?
yeah.
You own Trans Am.
It's
I don't.
cool if I just use. No.
Pontiac's gone.
We'll sort that out later.
Yeah.
My attorney, but
No, and I had a Trans Am.
yeah, there it is.
Oh, there's your book.
I didn't mean to
Trans Am
plug my
Diaries.
book. I was talking about you, but yeah.
But I
yeah,
had a
you-
Trans Am.
Yeah, that's right. You had the Bandit,
Brand
right?
new. Yeah, I had the Bandit. Bought it in 1977. Brand
Oh, my
new.
God.
I was driving to work to my ad agency at the time, and
I'll drink some moonshine to that, buddy.
yeah, let's drink some of
The
that.
Trans Ams and the
White
Bandit.
Lightning. Oh yeah.
But by the way, I used to have a picture of Burt Reynolds back here, and they called him Saddam Hussein every week.
Yeah. Well, because of the stash.
Yeah, the stash.
I love that.
Oh my
There's
God!
my
Look at
car,
that. That's
yeah.
like porn to me. Look at that.
Yeah, it was just like that.
You had that car?
Yeah, it was fantastic. So I had the first one in Canada because my dealer was the biggest Chevy dealer in Canada. So he got one. And it was his personal car. I didn't know that. I just saw it coming off the auto transport when I was on my way to the office. And I thought, what the hell's that? So I get to the
God.
office, called him up. I say, hey, John, I just saw this great black Firebird getting off the transport. He says, yeah, it's my car. I said, I want it. He said, no, it's my car. Don't you understand? And I said, no, I want it.
I need it.
So he gave it to me.
That
I
was
mean, he didn't give it to me. He sold it to me.
That was before Smoking the Bandit came
Yeah,
out?
it was before it came out.
That's so crazy.
Built in Van Nuys, California. Shipped
it?
up to Victoria, British Columbia.
Wow. Yeah, when I was a kid and I saw that movie and it rolled off the back of that 18-wheeler.
Oh, boy.
Boom! What was that?
Well,
Who needs college? I just need a Trans Am.
those were the days of low horsepower.
Yeah.
So they put monster torque in it. Yeah, with a 4-speed. So it was all torque. I mean, you could pull tree stumps in
You had the
fourth gear.
4-speed?
Yeah, 4-speed
Oh my
with a
God.
Hurst shifter.
Mine's on the console.
Yeah, it was.
But I did put an 8-track in mine.
You put one in.
I put an 8-track, of course.
Mine came
I've got
with.
another one in storage that I bought on eBay. And it's like I got it, and I bought like cases of 8-tracks. I've got Bob
yeah, you
Seger.
have the
yeah, I've got to have
wood
those.
boxes
They
with
probably won't work.
slots
I'll have to
and
like
everything,
fold up a matchbox thing and stick it under. And those Hollywood nights, to get it
Oh,
just
I
right.
loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff Beck, playing on
You got the
my
Beck?
8-track.
Well,
Yeah.
sweet. So you've done you've sold pictures, paintings to Jamie Foxx, Brad Garrett.
Brad Garrett bought a Mick Jagger of mine.
He bought a Jagger.
Yeah.
He was a
cool.
client of my wife's, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
came in, saw it, bang, it was done. I saw him
awesome.
afterwards. He said,
There he is.
Hey,
Jag.
that's the guy. He's real short,
Yeah, he's only like 6'12",
6'9" or
6'12",
something.
yeah.
Yeah, something
It's like my wife's
6'12".
family, yeah.
Yeah, Buddy Hackett.
Buddy Hackett.
And that's my beautiful wife, Judy, on the other side.
Hi, Judy.
Judy Rose Glover. Hey, you know this guy. He was the second man to walk on the moon.
That's all. Buzz.
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz. Was he buzzed when he walked?
Oh, he was
Wouldn't it be
buzzed,
awesome?
Yeah, you remember Georgie's wife
Yep, that's right.
on Seinfeld?
From Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Of course.
David Foster. Ever heard of that guy?
You have a little history with David Foster, right?
Yeah, well, we go back to Victoria. We're both Victoria born.
Can we freeze that one for a sec? David Foster.
David Foster.
All right, so is he
that's
from
painting.
Victoria?
He's from Victoria.
Is he?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Same age as I am, and he had a rock band. I had a rock band. I booked his band, and I think I think I paid $65 for a set
Did you?
for his band.
And he schlepped the piano there and everything?
Oh, the whole band.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
all the
crazy.
gear. $65. Now, how do you do that?
Who's this guy?
Hugh O'Brien. Do you remember Wyatt Earp? The Wyatt Earp.
Of course,
TV series?
yeah.
And of course, he's wearing his leopard skin bra.
Of course.
you know.
Who wouldn't?
Hey, there he is, our dear father, His Holiness. Did you ever
Robert-
see Jackie Brown?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, there he
Saw him
is.
hiking on Runyon Canyon the other day.
Yeah.
Shirley.
The Partridge Family.
That's right, Keith Partridge.
Yes.
Inspired my haircut.
George Duke.
George
the
Duke.
famous jazzer.
Whoa.
Yeah, he passed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Lieber and Stoller, left and right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, boy, they're my heroes.
You ain't nothing but a
Boy,
couple,
they did
couple
everything.
Elvis hits.
Glenn Campbell. That's Glenn Campbell.
I love
and Kim
Glenn Campbell.
And that's his painting of.
He was a temporary Beach Boy. Did you know that?
He was.
You knew that?
Yeah. After Brian
That was
he
at
was playing bass.
Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, Herbie the Man, Rocket.
So you had the Burt Reynolds stash there rocking for a while.
Hey,
Who's that guy right there? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Who wants a cigar?
Hey, you gotta try one of these.
I did not.
I have a blue dress.
Is a
you might like.
blowjob sexual relations?
Yeah.
I don't think so. And then look up the definition. Can I say that? Sponsors?
No.
What?
Let's go to the other ones that you want to hold on to. Jimi Hendrix and Elvis.
Oh, I was just going to say that I bought one before you show it. Don't show it yet. You showed it briefly. But my audience is stoned, so they won't remember that anyway. But when
Good.
Katie and I were first going out,
Yeah.
Katie, my wife, 13 years ago, I have one original piece I bought at the Melrose Flea Market for $25. So I told Katie, she was working at a gallery. She met me at the Comedy Store. I was doing a gig, and she said, do you like art? And I was like, yeah, I have an original that's worth
Yeah.
like millions. I go, if you want to look at it, don't touch it, but you can look at it. So she came, and I was just messing with her. I said, can you give me like a rough ballpark of this painting? So she looked at it, and she's like, what'd you pay for this piece? And I said, $25. She goes, you paid too much. But the frame, I bought it at the Melrose Flea Market, and show that masterpiece.
This one.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful of Elvis. Not that. I really bought that one from David Glover. Oh my God, look at that.
Hey,
it's in the vault right now. I can't.
It's the
If you're
king.
the artist, if you're Cats 70 from 79,
Oh, yeah.
I've got your original piece, and I love it. And I
Love
wouldn't
the
sell it.
glowing cross.
Oh, it's beautiful. And the tear. Did you see the tear?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So this is the one my nephew just graduated from college. The first person in my immediate family to ever graduate from college.
Lucky guy.
I went to community college for 2 weeks. I don't mean to brag, but I bought that Hendrix right there from you.
Thank you.
And you dedicated
I
to my-
appreciate it.
thank you, my friend.
Yeah, you did, you know.
All right, so we got some sponsors to thank. Believe it or not, someone pays for the double wide to keep the lights on.
It's an expensive
Even though I
gig.
jimmy the electricity from the people next door. I gotta
Yeah,
pay-
that,
I gotta
they're
pay
going to
some
cut
bills.
your extension cord, I
Yeah,
think.
I got a long extension cord. We got them? LA Security Storage?
Yeah, we have.
See, this is reality television, David. This is, we just fly, baby. We just have a party. LA Security Storage, good friends of mine over there. They've been in the same building. This is an iconic building. Lucille Ball used to keep her stuff right here. Matter of fact, she called the owner the Worm, which is hilarious. But you can't break the locks. I've tried it. Yeah, I'm just moving. You cannot. I mean, I've got
The Elvis is in
I've
there,
got,
too.
The Elvis is in there
Yep.
in the vault. You can't get to it. LA Security Storage. And New Act Travel, I've had the same travel agent for 15 years. She even makes a hillbilly like me feel like a rock star. I show up at hotels.
You get M&Ms.
Yeah, I get M&Ms and a bottle of Jack Daniels on my pillow. So call Sheila, New Act Travel. And last but not least, my buddies over at Evoke Travel, Mark Holt, whose daughter is a kind of a big star at Disney, Olivia Holt. That's his and his buddy Larry's company. If you want to be famous, they will brand you. They will make you a superstar, like this guy right here, David Glover. Now let's pump up David's website. David Lloyd Glover. Is it .com?
DavidLGlover.com. There you are.
There you go, my man.
There's my homepage.
There you
That's my
go.
Facebook page for David Lloyd Glover Fine Art Prints. And my Twitter page.
Beautiful.
Join me on Twitter. And that's the Stevie D
Stevie
page.
D. Stevie D rocks. I need a David Glover. You know what I need is a David Glover and the double wide.
Somewhere.
Can I get a print of a print? Can I laser a print and then have you sign it?
You need wall space. I mean, we got these big windows
The
there.
double wide is huge. You can't see it. It doesn't do it justice here in the small confines of the studio. But I want to thank Jordan and Pepper, my producer, who's the sexiest silver-haired lady with braids in Hollywood. And, of course, Matt, the sex machine on the TriCaster. And my guest today, David Glover. Sorry to make you lose $250,000 today for being here for an hour.
You did.
But
I'll send you the bill.
Thank you, buddy. David Glover. Stevie D rocks, and check out the Trans Am Diary, my first and only book, I'm sure, because I can barely read. Now available on Amazon. the Trans Am Diaries. The official release is April 30th, I think. All right, peace out. Thanks for watching, y'all.